Currently in Taiwan, in just Taipei and New Taipei City alone, more than 26,000 new houses are built on a yearly basis. According to experts, many of these construction projects are built on fault lines, which can lead to serious problems if or when a disaster strikes. Next to me, architect Sun Chongjie, who built a house using natural materials that are not only eco-friendly but also earthquake-proof. A group of volunteers mix a pile of mud before stepping on it. Next, they rub it onto a bamboo wall before finally fitting the mud bricks in place.
These were the building materials used by our ancestors in the past. We see that these items can easily be found in nature.
A bamboo scaffold holds up the roof of this eco-friendly building.
In today's society, we tend to strive for convenience, in which industrial products such as concrete, metal, and steel are widely used in building projects. These materials can produce massive amounts of CO2, which plays a role in global warming.
The building showcased at the Yunlin Agriculture Expo hopes to increase public awareness regarding environmental conservation.
A mud wall like this can help regulate internal temperature. It doesn't absorb heat as much as concrete. That's why it is better than the concrete houses most of us are living in.
The mud wall is covered in layers of bamboo and straw. These materials not only regulate temperature but also help resist earthquakes.
During the Japanese colonial era, mud bricks were not allowed in building projects because houses made from mud bricks were prone to collapse during earthquakes. To make buildings earthquake-resistant, bamboo was used.
Bamboo is not only a good earthquake-resistant building material, but also very eco-friendly.
The benefit of using natural building materials is that we can avoid releasing CO2 into the atmosphere. We won't be creating excessive amount of CO2 during the building process.
However, in reality, land is continuously being developed with tens and thousands of houses ready to be built. Do we really need this many buildings? And are all the buildings safe enough for its residents?
According to experts and civil engineers, the Taipei Basin is considered relatively fragile and unsafe from a geological standpoint.
Which areas should we avoid building new houses? How many houses were built on fault lines? Information such as this should not be hidden from the public.
Starting from this year, the government plans to release information regarding the location of geological sensitive areas. Early this year, the government released 2 sites, but those were not relevant.
If the government released information on geological sensitive areas, it would have a direct impact on the real estate industry.
In reality, it is impossible to avoid building houses on fault lines. Therefore, it is important for us to come up with plans to combat natural disasters. The structural safety of buildings is very crucial.
Architects believe to prevent natural disasters, we should learn to use eco-friendly building materials.
If developers can take environmental problems seriously before proceeding with their building projects, we can then come up with better ways to prevent natural disasters. We need to think of ways to coexist with the planet.
How to strive for sustainable development while coexisting with our Mother Earth? This is a question perhaps all of us should consider.